Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create login form using Bootstrap. So to do this, you need to create a file. So let's go create at first a file. So I have created a folder that is called websites, and inside this folder, I'm going to add a HTML file, and that is, let's say, login.html. I got the HTML file and I want live preview. Okay, so I'm going to open it. I'm going to click here, and in the right side I can now preview it, and here I'm going to press exclamation sign and then tab, and it will actually create basic structure for me. And let me just remove this like this, and here you can see I have the basic HTML tag, right? Either you can download Bootstrap and then you can add it in your project directory, or you may actually use a CDN link, and that is called Content Delivery Network. To do this, we have to go for the Bootstrap CDN link and just search it. So we need just only CSS, right? I'll actually go with this second link, okay? bootstrap.min.css. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Now here you can see it's a link. Yes, it's a link, right? Okay. Now we have added the Bootstrap link. Now we don't need to actually download Bootstrap. Now what we are going to do, now we can actually add Bootstrap all the classes, right? Okay, so inside body I need at first a div, let's say. So I'm going to say here div. Inside div I need a class, and the class name will be, let's say, container, and I will use flex, so dflex, and I will say justify content center, so I will say justify content. Yes, and they should be in center, so I will say center. Okay, and I made a mistake here, so let me just say here is okay, sign. So here you can see justify content center, and so these are not actually style, right? So we don't need to actually add here semicolon. I just have to mention all the classes. So I'll say align -items. I'll say center, okay, and then I will say bh 1000. Okay, that's it. And now inside it I'm going to add another div so that I can actually show my div as I want to add a little shadow also in my div. So I'm going to add here a div, and here I'm going to give it a class, and in the class I'm going to say that card padding I want to use, so padding 4, let's say, and I want to use the shadow also, so shadow. And here I just want to add here a little style, so I'm going to actually go outside this double quotation, and here I'm going to add the style, and the style will be, let's say, I want width of, let's say, 22 rem. That's it. Now I want to add a text, so I'm going to say here h3, let's say, and here I'm going to say that login. Okay, so I'll say here login, but I want to add here a class, let's say. So I want to say Bootstrap class. So here I'm going to say that text will be center, so I will say text center, and I will add margin bottom, let's say 4 pixels, so 4. Fine. Now I have the div and I have h3. Now here I want to add here a form, so I'm going to add here a form, and action will be nothing for now. Fine. So now let's go inside form, and here I want a div, let's say, so I'll say div, and this div will be for the email. Okay, so I'm going to give here margin bottom, so I'm going to say class mb, okay, margin bottom 3, let's say. And here inside div we are going to add what? We're going to say that I want to add a label, and the label for email, let's say, because I will actually use email and password, okay, for the login. And so for label for email, right? Yeah. And here I'm going to add a class. I'm going to say form label, FBEL, okay, form label. So this is the class, and here I'm going to say email address, okay, email ADDRE address. So this will be for email address. And now I need a field, right? So I add here input field, and here definitely type should be email, right? Yeah, email. And here I need some styles. I'll use here class. I'll say form control, okay, form control. And here I'm going to actually use here ID. So I don't need ID because I will not show any JavaScript process. So here I can actually just use placeholder that enter your email, okay, enter your email. That's it. Now I have done it. So yeah, I will add here record also, so that forcefully you have to actually give value, right? So now I want to close this div because I will go for the next div, and the next div will be for the password. So I go for the next div, and here I'll use MB3 plus, so that I can add here margin in the bottom. Okay, done. And now let's go for the label once again, label, and for it will be form, for it will be password, right? Yeah, password without word password, okay. And I can actually use here class. So I'll say class would be form label, right? Yeah, form label. And that's it. So now I'll go for the input, but before that I have to write here that enter password, okay, or I'll just say password, okay, password. And now I'll go for the input field. So I'll say input, and it should be password, okay, type should be password. And here we'll actually use a class. So we'll use here a class would be form control. That's it. And I need a placeholder also. So I'll use here placeholder that enter your password, okay, enter your password, okay. And that's it. And yes, also required, I will say required, REQO, required. That's it. Now I need a button, right? Yeah. Now I'll say that, okay, I need to go back. I need to go outside this div, and here I'm going to add one more div. So this div will be for login. But basically I don't need a div here, right? Yeah. I'll actually say here I need only input field, and that should be button. So I'll say submit, and the class I will use here. And here I'm going to use a class, and class would be btn primary. And here I will say I want to add here width, okay. So I'm going to say width with the undet. So okay, so it's not like this, it should be like this, and done. So here I'm going to now say that it should be a value. So I will give here value that log in, okay. That's done. Now what can I say is I want some additional link. Let's say I want to say that do you want to register, okay. So here I'll say that okay, I want to go for the registration. So I need another div, right? So I'm going to say here outside of this form, I'll go outside of this form, and here I'm going to add div. And in the div, I'm going to give it a class. So class, I will say text. I will say the text should be center, and I will add margin in the top, so I will say empty 3. Okay, done. And now here I'm going to add 2 anchor link. Okay, I can actually give here only 1 anchor link, so this one would be for the, okay, so I will use here 2 anchor link. Okay, one is for the forgot password and another is for the registration. So here in the reference, I will not give any reference because I don't have any backend work, right? So here I'm going to say that I want to actually add here a class. So I'm going to say class, and here I'm going to say text decoration should be none. So I will say text DECO decoration hyphen none. That's it. And now I say that forgot password. That's it. Now I will use here a break so that it goes to a new line, because it's a, what can I say, inline block element. Okay, inline block. So it's an inline block element, so it will actually take the second anchor link in the same line. Let me show you if I don't use here break. If I say here one more anchor tag, and here you can see if I say that another one, here you can see it's taking in the same line, right? But if I use here BR, let's say for the break, and it goes to the new line, right? So in the reference, I'll say that nothing, because I haven't actually created anything for the backend. And here we are going to use class, and the class I will say once again text decoration none. All right. And here I want to say that don't have an account. I'll say don't have an account. Then you may actually go for the registration. Okay, then I will say register. That's it. So done. Okay, and if I drag it here, you can see this is a login form. So we have a login form. So this is the way to actually create a login form using Bootstrap. I hope you understand. If this video is helpful for you, please make sure to give a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching.